Okay, good afternoon, all of you. In our last class, we will discussed about transformers phasor diagrams on no load. So today we will discuss transformers phasor diagram on load. So on load means an electrical load is connected on secondary side of the transformer. An electrical load is connected on secondary side of the transformer. So that we will discuss. So we have three types of loads: inductive loads, resistive loads, and capacitive loads. So these three are the pure loads. So practically we have RL loads. RL means having resistive nature and inductive nature. So that are the induction motors and lighting loads having resistance and inductance. So this is the load of the transformer. So here load is connected on secondary side. So that is the phasor diagram. So for that we draw phasor diagrams for transformers on load condition. So we know that in a transformer, so if you take voltage reference, so this is the voltage, primary voltage of the transformer. Already in our last class, I will explain about pure resistive load, inductive load, and capacitive load, the relation between the voltage and currents in pure resistive load, pure inductive load, and pure capacitive load, and RL loads. Now, also in this class also I will explain basics. Suppose if you take voltage reference, so in pure resistive load, voltage and current is in phase. In pure resistive load, voltage and current, this is the current, is in phase. Suppose this is the IR value and the resistive nature current. So in pure inductor, current lags the voltage by 90 degrees. So this is the pure inductive current IL. So that means inductive current, pure inductive current lags the voltage by 90 degrees. So this is the 90 degrees. In pure capacitor, current leads the voltage by 90 degrees in pure capacitor. So this is the IC value, pure capacitive current. So this is a leading current and a lagging current and in phase current. So this is the angle between the voltage and current in pure capacitive load. So this is the inductive current. So this is the inductive current. This is the capacitive current. So this is the resistive current is in phase with the voltage. So for RL loads, generally the current lags the voltage depending upon the R parameter and resistance and inductance parameters. So that is in somehow in between the 90 degrees and 0 degrees. So this is for RL load. Okay. So this angle is less than 90 degrees. This angle theta. So theta value must be less than load for RL 90 degrees for RL load less than 90 degrees. So this IR RL value, that means in having that circuit having resistive nature and inductive nature, that current is called IRL current. Pure inductor IL, pure resistor IR, and pure capacitor IC. So pure resistor is in phase with the voltage, pure inductor lags 90 degrees with the voltage, pure capacitor leads the voltage by 90 degrees. For RL component lags the voltage by less than 90 degrees. So these are the relations between the voltage and current for pure resistor, pure inductor, pure capacitor, and RL load. Generally, we have RL loads. Major 90% of loads are RL loads. Okay, so this is the transformer phasor diagram. So if you consider the without voltage drop means, so generally transformer having two coils. So this is the primary coil in nothing but copper wire. So this is secondary coil. So these coils having some resistance and inductive nature. Some resistance plus inductance. So resistance means R. Suppose the primary having resistance R1 and primary having reactance X1. So J into X1. If we neglect the resistance of the primary winding and reactance of the primary winding, and as well as secondary resistance and the secondary reactance, so that means impedance of the primary circuit and impedance of the secondary circuit is neglected. So that means voltage drops are neglected. So Z1 equal to R1 plus JX1. Similarly, Z2 equal to R2 plus JX2. So primary coil, secondary coil, primary coil and secondary coil. R1 plus JX1, second Z2 equal to R2 plus JX2. So if we voltage drop, assume no voltage drop means no voltage drop here. See, no voltage drop under load condition means, so if you neglect the impedance drop is neglected. That means resistance drop and reactance drop is neglected. So if you neglect the resistance drop, transformer secondary current. So this is secondary current. This I2 dash means primary equivalent of secondary current. There is no electrical connection between the primary and secondary in transformer. But with respect to secondary load, primary current also increases. Under no load condition, secondary current equal to 0 if load is no load on secondary side. But some current is existing. This is the no load current of the transformer on primary side. So this is the no load current of the transformer. With this does not depends upon the load. At no load also this component of current is existing. This component of current is existing at load also. But this I2 dash value depends upon secondary current. That means if transformer delivers current on secondary side, I2 dash will exist. That means I2 exists first, then I2 dash will exist. With respect to secondary current, primary current increases. Okay. If voltage drop is neglected means impedance drop on primary side, impedance drop on secondary side is neglected. So we know that voltage, if we take the voltage V1 as reference, primary side voltage, input voltage, this is the voltage V1, input voltage. So this is a no load, total no load current. Actually, this no load current is resolved into two components, but for simplicity, we draw only I0 values. I see here. So this is a no load current. This no load current consisting of two components of currents, IM and IC. IM purpose is to produce the working flux. IC purpose is to meet the losses. So V1. So this is the E1 and E2, both are in phase. Here see. So this is the E1 value. So this is the E2 value. Both are in phase and opposite to the V1 value. And opposite to the V1 value. So this is the total no load current of the transformer. So this will take no load current. So this is the no load current. So we take this no load current here. This we do not mention the magnetizing component of current and core loss component of current. We take only I0. So this is the no load current. So this is I2 value. I2 value. So if impedance drop is neglected, this current lagging current we take here RL load. RL load means current lags the voltage by some angle less than 90 degrees. So this is I2 value. Secondary current value, this is I2 value. So this primary equivalent of this I2 dash is opposite to the this current. That means we draw I2 dash in this manner, exactly opposite on the primary side. So that means this total components represents secondary side. This total components represents primary side. So that's why we exactly opposite. And we draw phasor exactly opposite to that value. Okay. See. So this is the secondary current I2. So this is the primary equivalent of secondary current I2 dash. When I2 exists on secondary side, I2 dash exists on primary side. So this will always exist. The I0 value does not depend upon load. Without load also I0 value exists. The purpose of I0 is to produce the working flux between the primary and secondary, to produce the working flux and to meet the losses on the transformer on no load condition. So total primary current is the sum of the two currents. That is the primary equivalent of secondary current plus I0 value. So this is the total primary current of the transformer. This is the I1 value. I1 is the total primary current. This is the having two components, I0 plus I2 dash. Okay, this is the total current, vector sum of the two currents, I0 plus I2 dash. So this vector sum equal to, so this vector sum equation equal to I1 equal to I0 square root of I0 square plus I2 dash square, I2 dash square, parallelogram la 2 I0 I2 dash cos angle between these two and this one, angle between these two and this one. this angle. This total angle is theta naught. This angle equal to phi 1. So this value equal to how much this value? So assume that this is the theta value. So cos of theta. So that we obtain from secondary value also. The phi 2, if you know the phi 2 value, this is the phi 2 dash value, and then we implement theta value, cos theta. So this is the total primary current on transformer. I1 equal to I naught square plus I2 dash square plus 2 into I naught I2 dash cos of angle between these two means this theta value. Angle between these two means this is theta value. So this is the theta value. This is the parallelogram law. By using parallelogram law, we calculate the total primary current. So in this manner, we draw the phasor diagram of the transformer at no voltage drop in the windings. So this is the transformer phasor diagrams under loaded condition. We draw phasor diagram of the transformer on load. On load means in last case also on load, but we neglect the impedance drops. We neglect the impedance drops on the transformer. This is very important on load. So here we have three types of loads: pure resistive load, pure inductive load, pure capacitive load, and RL load. RLCRL. R means resistive load, L means inductive load, C means capacitive load, RL means resistive plus having both natures, resistive nature and inductive natures. So this is the transformer diagram, practical transformer diagram, having primary winding and secondary winding. So this is the secondary winding. Primary turns N1, secondary turns N2, primary current I1, secondary current I2. This is the load. Secondary voltage V2, primary voltage V1. So leakage flux. First of all, we need to know the definition for leakage flux. Leakage flux means flux which links only one winding is called leakage flux. See, this is the primary leakage flux. See, primary leakage flux. That means here the flux links with only one coil. That is the primary coil. So that flux is called leakage flux. So this is the secondary leakage flux. Secondary leakage flux. So here the flux links with the only secondary coil. That is called secondary leakage flux. Flux links with the both the windings is called useful flux or main flux. That is also called useful flux or main flux. So because of this leakage flux, reactance is existing on primary side X1, on secondary side X2. Leakage reactance exists only when alternating flux existing, leakage flux existing. Leakage flux existing means reactance is existing. In DC circuits, there is no reactance. Because if alternating exists, that means frequency is existing, leakage flux exists. Leakage flux existing means reactance is existing. So reactance equal to 2 pi f into L. F means frequency. If there is a frequency, there is a reactance. Without frequency, there is no reactance. In DC circuits, there is no reactance. Reactance is existing only in AC circuits because of leakage fluxes. So this is the primary reactance X1. So this is secondary reactance X2. So this is a phasor diagram of the transformer with unity power factor load. UPF means unity power factor load. Unity power factor load is because of pure resistance. Unity power factor load is because of a pure resistive nature. That means voltage and current are in phase. In phase. Voltage and current is in phase. In phase. In phase means voltage. Suppose this is the voltage. So this is the current. That is the load values. These are the load values. Because load is existing on secondary side of the transformer. Load is existing on secondary side of the transformer. These are the load quantities. Okay. Now, so these all are same. So here first we take some voltage. So this is the voltage value, V1 value. So this is the no load current. No load current. So equivalent of secondary current. Total primary current is the vector sum of these two. Vector sum of these two. I1. I1 is the I0 plus I2 dash. So this is the flux. Actual value of flux here we take. Induced EMF on secondary side, primary side, induced EMF on secondary side. So this is the secondary voltage. So this is the secondary voltage. So the secondary current is in phase with the voltage, because for pure UPF load means unity power factor load. So the secondary current is the pure resistive current. Pure resistive current means current is in phase with the voltage. So I2 is in phase with the V2. So resistance component is in phase with the current. This current. This is the I2 value. This I2 R2 is in phase with the same quantity. That means the same value, parallel to that line, parallel. Reactance component is perpendicular. That means reactive component of current is in perpendicular 90 degrees. So this is our secondary impedance drop. Secondary impedance drop. So this is secondary impedance drop I2 Z2. Reactance, resistance, impedance. Okay. So total secondary voltage plus impedance drop gives the induced EMF on secondary side. Because on secondary side E2 is the source. E2 is the source. So impedance voltage drop plus terminal voltage equal to E2. Voltage drop, this is the voltage drop plus terminal voltage equal to E2. E2 is the source that I will show here. So that means EMF is induced on secondary side here. EMF is induced here. That is E2 value. Secondary induced EMF. So this is the terminal voltage V2, E2. So that means this is the source. E2 is the source. Similar to DC generator. In DC generator equation, we know that generated EMF in a DC generator Eg equal to V plus IRA. Eg equal to V plus IRA in generator. IRA means armature current into armature resistance. But here we draw secondary voltage E2. E2 equal to secondary voltage E2 equal to terminal voltage on secondary side, that is a V2, secondary voltage V2 plus I2 and secondary current. Instead of resistance we draw impedance, because in AC circuits we have impedance. In AC circuits we have impedance. Okay, so instead of resistance, so here we made it Z2. We write Z2. Same equation, but instead of resistance, we write impedance. So here Eg equal V plus IRA in generator. Eg equal V plus IRA in DC generators. Here in transformer, E2 is the source, because EMF is induced in the winding. That EMF is called E2. So E2 equal V2 plus I2 Z2. Resistance place lo impedance rastamu. Ikkada Eg place lo E2 rastamu. So this is the secondary voltage equation. See, this is the equation. So this is the equation. E2 equal to V2 plus I2 Z2. From the phasor diagram, see, if you want E2 value, మనకి E2 కావాలి కదా, E2 కావాలంటే ఏం యాడ్ చేయాలి, V2కి ఇంపెడెన్స్ డ్రాప్ అనేది యాడ్ చేయాలి. ఇంపెడెన్స్ డ్రాప్ అంటే ఈ రెసిస్టెన్స్ డ్రాప్ ప్లస్ రియాక్టెన్స్ డ్రాప్, ఈ రెండు పర్పెండిక్యులర్ ఉంటాయి. రెసిస్టెన్స్ కాంపోనెంట్, రియాక్ట్ కాంపోనెంట్ బోత్ ఆర్ పర్పెండిక్యులర్. సో దిస్ ఇంపెడెన్స్ డ్రాప్. సో E2, this E2 value equal to this E2 value equal to this value, V2 value. So this is V2 value, V2 plus impedance drop I2 Z2. So this is the equation. Primary equivalent of secondary current is I2 dash. This is the primary equivalent of secondary current. Primary equivalent of secondary current. So this is the I2 value. This is I2 value. This is I2 dash. I2 dash అంటే ఇట్లా చెప్పండి చేస్తాను. I2 అంటే ఇది I2. So this is the I2 value. I2 dash means primary, that represents primary equivalent of secondary current. Primary equivalent of secondary current. Exactly opposite. Both are in opposite. This is exactly opposite. So this is I2 dash. Total primary current is the vector sum of the two current. This current plus this current. This current plus this current. Okay. So now, so this is the primary current. Similarly, primary having primary V1 is the source for primary because we apply voltage to the transformer. I will show here. So primary is the source for the transformer. This is the source. So that means V1 is the source. V1 equal to here V1 equal. But secondary circuit with respect to secondary circuit, U2 is the source. With respect to primary circuit, V1 is the source. So that's why for primary winding. So V1 equal to primary induced EMF E1. So this is the nothing but back EMF, but nothing but back EMF. So that is represented with minus plus primary impedance drop I1 Z1. Primary impedance drop I1 Z1. Secondary E2 equal to secondary circuit for secondary circuit E2 equal to V2 plus I2 Z2. I2 Z2. So that is the difference. Why here back negative sign indicates the induced EMF is opposite to the source. This induced EMF is opposite to the source. That's why we represent with the minus sign. Okay. So these two are the equations for primary and secondary. See, this is the equation. So this is the equation. V1 equal to minus E1 plus I1 Z1. Okay. So now, so this is the total voltage V1. This is the total voltage V1. V1. So this is V1 కావాలి అంటే మనం ఏం యాడ్ చేయాలి మైనస్ E1 బై ఇది మైనస్ E1 అంటే E1 అనేది ఇక్కడ వస్తుంది మనకి E1 దీనికి ఆపోజిట్ లో ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి మైనస్ E1 అని చెప్పొచ్చు సో మైనస్ E1 మైనస్ IARA మైనస్ IARA I1 R1 so this is the I1 X1 I1 Z1 I1 Z1 I1 R1 I1 X1 I1 Z1 so V1 equal to minus E plus I1 Z1. So this is the equation. So this is the phasor diagram of the transformer for UPFE load, unity power factor load. I think you understand. Okay. So difference sorry next is UPFE load kada. Next lagging load, ప్యూర్ ఇండక్టివ్ లోడ్ ప్యూర్ కెపాసిటీ లోడ్ అండ్ ఆర్ఎల్ లోడ్ అని చెప్పి 3 డయాగ్రామ్స్ రాస్తాం ఇంచుమించు సిమిలర్గా ఇలాగే ఉంటాయి ఓన్లీ ఏం చేంజెస్ వస్తాయి కరెంట్ పొజిషన్స్ మారుతాయి అనమాట ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇక్కడ ప్యూర్ రెసిస్టివ్ కరెంట్ కదా ఇది యూపీఎఫ్ఈ లోడ్ మీన్స్ ప్యూర్ రెసిస్టివ్ కరెంట్ ఫర్ ప్యూర్ రెసిస్టివ్ కరెంట్ ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఫర్ సెకండరీ సర్క్యూట్ విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు లాగింగ్ లోడ్ అని చెప్పి తీసుకున్నాం అనుకోండి లాగింగ్ లోడ్ అంటే I2 వాల్యూ ఏమవుతుంది ఇక్కడ ఓన్లీ I2 సైన్ మారిపోతుంది I2 అంటే లాగింగ్ అంటే కరెంట్ ఎలా రావాలి సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద వోల్టేజ్ వాల్యూ ఈ వోల్టేజ్ కి కరెంట్ ఇన్ ఫేజ్ లో ఉంది ఇక్కడ ఫర్ యూపీఎఫ్ఈ లోడ్ దిస్ ఇస్ ద యూపీఎఫ్ఈ లోడ్ ఇన్ ఫేజ్ లో ఉంది నెక్స్ట్ దాంట్లో చూద్దాం చూడండి ఒకసారి సో ఫర్ లీడింగ్ లోడ్ చూసుకుందాం ఫర్ లీడింగ్ లోడ్ ఇక్కడ తప్పు ఉంది సో ఇక్కడ నేను రాసాను లీడింగ్ అని ఫేజర్ డయాగ్రామ్ ఆఫ్ ద ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మర్ విత్ లీడింగ్ లోడ్ అంటే కెపాసిటీ లోడ్ సి లోడ్ కెపాసిటీ లోడ్ C load means sorry the lagging load so if you take voltage reference okay so lagging is right so lagging load means pure inductive load L load lagging load for lagging load means current lags the voltage lagging load means so this current I2 value lags the voltage so if you take voltage as reference so if you take voltage V2 as reference V2 current lagging means itla raval I2 value current lags so that's why current lags voltage with some angle. This is the lagging load. Here voltage taken here reference. This is the voltage value. This current lags the voltage. And each side is this clockwise direction. So this current lags the voltage. Okay. So current lags the voltage means. So this current lags the voltage V2. Next. This IRA drop is parallel to this IA line. IRA is parallel to IA line. Reactance drop is perpendicular to IA line. So this is the impedance drop. Impedance drop, same formula, E2 equal to V2 plus I2 Z2. But current ఇక్కడ చూడండి, యాక్చువల్గా ఇంత లాస్ట్ కేసులో ఇలా వస్తుంది, ఇక్కడ మనకు నో లోడ్ కరెంట్ ఈ ప్రాంతాల్లో వస్తుంది. కరెంట్ మనకి ఇలా మారింది కాబట్టి టోటల్ కరెంట్ అనేది ఇట్లా వచ్చేస్తుంది, కిందకి వచ్చేస్తుంది. సో దట్ మీన్స్ పవర్ ఫ్యాక్టర్ ఆఫ్ ద ప్రైమరీ డిక్రీజెస్. పవర్ ఫ్యాక్టర్ ఆఫ్ ద ప్రైమరీ డిక్రీజెస్ ఫర్ లాగింగ్ లోడ్స్. అంటే ఇక్కడ పొజిషన్ నేను ఇంకో డ్రా చేస్తాను చూడండి. జనరల్లీ సపోజ్ దిస్ ఇస్ ద ఫ్లక్స్ వాల్యూ. ఫ్లక్స్ ఇలా ఉంటే నో లోడ్ కరెంట్ ఈజ్ ఆల్వేస్ సేమ్. దిస్ ఇస్ ద I0 వాల్యూ. నో లోడ్ కరెంట్ ఈజ్ ఆల్వేస్ సేమ్. ఇండక్టివ్ నేచర్ ఆఫ్ ది కరెంట్ అంటే మనకి లాగింగ్ లోడ్స్ అంటే సపోజ్ వోల్టేజ్ ఎలా ఉంటే V2 వాల్యూ I2 వాల్యూ ఇలా వస్తుంది కాబట్టి దీనికి కూడా ఇలా వచ్చేస్తుంది. ఇది I2 డాష్ వాల్యూ. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద టోటల్ ప్రైమరీ కరెంట్ I1. టోటల్ ప్రైమరీ కరెంట్ I1. I1 is the components of 2, that is I2 dash and I0. This is the I2 value. I2 dash exact opposite. అట్లాగే లీడింగ్ కరెంట్ అని తీసుకున్నాం చెప్పండి. దిస్ ఇస్ ద లాగింగ్ కరెంట్ విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు వోల్టేజ్. దిస్ ఇస్ ద లాగింగ్ కరెంట్. లీడింగ్ కరెంట్ మీన్స్ ఇట్లా వస్తుంది, కరెంట్ లీడ్స్ ద వోల్టేజ్. దిస్ ఇస్ ద I2 వాల్యూ. I2 వాల్యూ ఇలా వచ్చింది అనుకోండి. I2 డాష్ అంటే ఎలా వస్తుంది, ఇట్లా వస్తుంది I2 డాష్ వాల్యూ. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద I2 డాష్ వాల్యూ ఫర్ కెపాసిటీ లోడ్స్. ఇప్పుడు టోటల్ ప్రైమరీ కరెంట్ ఏమవుతుంది? సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద టోటల్ ప్రైమరీ కరెంట్. అంటే ఇట్లా వాల్యూస్ అనేవి ఇట్లా మారుతుంటాయి విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు టైప్ ఆఫ్ లోడ్. That voltage and current values are, current positions are changes on primary side. Okay, so itla vachindi. Next diagram చూపిస్తాను చూడండి. ఇది ఇట్లా వచ్చింది. Current leads. Phasor diagram of the transformer with leading load. Leading means capacitor load. Here the current leads. So this is the voltage. Current leads the voltage. This current value leads the voltage by some angle. Not pure means pure voltage and current having phase angles of 90 degrees. Not pure, that means having some resistance also. This circuit. Leading load, lagging load, unity load. Pure leading అయితే voltage ki current ki 90 degrees వస్తుంది. Not pure, not ideal. So this drop, this is the resistance drop. So this is the reactance drop is perpendicular. Resistance drop, reactance drop is the impedance drop. Formula is same formula, but positions of the currents and impedance drops and voltage drops are changing. So this is the current opposite to the primary, secondary current. Primary equivalent of secondary current. So this no load current is same. Total primary current is vector sum of 2. So these are the phasor diagrams of the transformers. Okay. For pure resistor, not pure resistor, pure resistor. First case, pure resistor, voltage and current is in phase. See, voltage and current positions. E positions but primary side kuda marutundi. Voltage and current on secondary side. Pure resistor, UPF ante pure resistor, R load. Voltage and current is in phase. So this is the voltage and current are in phase. Okay. ఇవి ప్యూర్ లాగింగ్ కాదు. ప్యూర్ లాగింగ్ అంటే ఇది RL లోడ్ కింద వస్తుంది. ఓన్లీ లాగింగ్ అంటే RL లోడ్. ప్యూర్ లాగింగ్ అంటే ఇండక్టివ్ లోడ్ కింద వస్తుంది. ఇది RL లోడ్ కింద వస్తుంది. హ్యావింగ్ లెస్ దెన్ 90 degrees యాంగిల్. సో దిస్ కరెంట్ లాగ్స్. ఇది కరెంట్. ఈ కరెంట్ బట్టి చెప్తాను. సో ప్యూర్ ఇండక్టర్, నాట్ ప్యూర్ ఇండక్టర్, ఇది RC కింద వస్తుంది. అంటే హ్యావింగ్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ అండ్ కెపాసిటివ్ నేచర్ లోడ్ RC. Okay. Next, equivalent circuit of the transformer. First of all, చూడండి ఒకసారి. ఏదైనా ఒక కాయిల్ ఉందంటే, సపోజ్ దిస్ ఇస్ ద కాయిల్. This coil is nothing but copper winding. This coil is nothing but copper or aluminum winding. So this is the coil. If a coil, if you give DC supply to this coil, coil ki DC ఇచ్చాం అనుకోండి, సర్క్యూట్ లో రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తాడు మనం ఓన్లీ హ్యావింగ్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఓన్లీ. ఓకే. బట్ ఇఫ్ యూ అప్లై AC to this coil, AC alternating current. alternating current AC. This coil having resistance plus impedance, resistance plus reactance. Resistance plus reactance X. So that means coil having some impedance. Impedance equal to resistance plus reactance. So that means transformer having two coils. Transformer having two coils. So that means transformer having primary impedance Z1. Primary impedance Z1 equal to R1 plus JX1. Transformer having secondary coil also. So the secondary coil having impedance Z2. So Z2 equal to R2 plus JX2. R2 plus JX2. And secondary resistance plus secondary reactance. R2 plus JX2. So R1 plus JX1, R2 plus JX2. Primary impedance, secondary impedance. Resistance is opposite the flow of current. Reactance is opposite the variation of flux. Or reactance is because of leakage flux. Reactance is because of leakage flux. So total impedance of the circuit equal to R1 plus JX1, primary circuit, Z2, secondary circuit impedance R2 plus JX2. If you give AC power to the coil, if you give AC power to the coil. So transformer having two coils, therefore two impedances, two resistances, two reactances, both primary side and secondary side. So transformer equivalent circuit is represented with the resistance and reactance of the primary coil and secondary coil. So this is the equivalent circuit parameters refer to primary side of the transformer. So first of all, you know the, so this is the impedance of the primary circuit having resistance plus reactance. So that is the primary impedance. Secondary impedance, secondary reactance, secondary resistance. Next, here we have shunt branch. In this shunt branch, we have resistance plus reactance component. Parallel, both are parallel. This is very important. You need to know. So this is the shunt branch. In this shunt branch, we have some resistance and we have some reactance. So that we discuss here. This is the shunt branch having some resistance R0, reactance X0. Depending upon the secondary load, primary current of the transformer varies. But secondary load, in sometimes secondary load is 0. That means no load on secondary side. But a transformer primary winding is always excited from the source, AC source. Okay? Transformer primary winding always excited from the primary source. Primary source. So that means transformer having some losses that does not depend upon load. Transformer must be always working, that does not depend upon load. So transformer always takes some amount of power to meet the losses and to function the transformer or to induce some EMF in the secondary side. That does not depend upon the load. So that we represent with the parallel branch. This parallel branch does not affect the load. It does not depends upon the load. That's why we draw in parallel. If we draw in series, that depends upon the secondary components, secondary load components. So that's why we made it parallel and draw in primary side. So this resistance component is representing the core loss in the transformer at no load or at full load. So this reactance X0 component is representing the magnetic flux producer component. X0 is the magnetizing component of current. Magnetizing reactance of the magnetizing reactance. So this current Im is representing the magnetizing component of current. Ic is the active component of current. So the purpose of Ic is to meet the core losses in the transformer. The purpose of Im is to produce the necessary working flux in the transformer. Necessary to meet the core loss in the transformer Ic. Magnetizing component of current means to produce the working flux in the transformer. That means this component produces necessary flux phi. This component need to meet the losses in the core losses in the transformer. So that's why these two components. This is the active component. So this is the reactive component. Reactive component is signed multiplied with sin phi theta. Active component is multiplied with cos theta. So Im. Total primary current is the sum of the two currents. See here the total primary current. So this is the I0 value. So this I naught value equal to IC, core loss component of current or active component of current, and IM vector sum, because this is an AC components, alternating current components, IC plus IM. Core loss component plus magnetizing component. Core loss component to magnetizing component. So this is a no load equivalent circuit of the transformer. So these parameters does not depends upon load. It's always existing in the transformer. When transformer is excited from a source, alternating source, the shunt branch is always existing. This does not depends upon load. When load is zero, this exists. When load existing, this also exists. That means this is independent of load. This circuit is independent of load. The purpose of these branches is to produce the necessary working flux plus to meet the core losses in the transformer, because transformer winding is always excited from a voltage source, there exist a core losses. So this is the shunt branch. This is the no load branch or shunt branch. Shunt branch series branches. So primary coils represented with series. Primary coils are represented with series. R1 XM, R2 X2. Okay. So this is a series branch parameters. We call it as series branch on primary side, series branch on secondary side. These impedances or resistance drops are affected by the load component. Okay, but this does not affect the load component, independent of load. At no load also this component is existing. So this is the equivalent circuit parameters refer to primary side and secondary side respectively. Now we need to transfer the one side parameters to second side, primary side to secondary side, or secondary side to primary side without affecting their individual characteristics. Suppose secondary resistance R2. So this is the secondary resistance. We need to transfer this resistance into primary side, that is represented with R2 dash. Secondary resistance R2 that is transferred to primary means that is represented with dash. Any quantity that is transferred from secondary side to primary side or primary side to secondary side, that quantity is represented with the dash. All primary quantities are represented with 1, all secondary quantities are represented with 2. So if any quantity is transferred from one side to second side, that is represented with the dash. Suppose this is the R2 is the secondary resistance that is transferred to primary side, that is component is represented with R2 dash. So secondary copper losses is represented with I2 square R2. Okay. Secondary loss, copper losses on secondary side. Copper losses formula I square R. On secondary side means I2 square R2. So that quantity is transferred to primary side. The current becomes I1. Resistance becomes R2 dash. Okay. So this is a R2 dash equal to I2 by I1 whole square into R2. I2 by I1 means that is 1 by K value. We know that K is transformation ratio. Transformation ratio K equal to N2 by N1 or V2 by V1, N2 by N1 that is equal to V2 by V1. Okay, here see. So this is the K value. K equal to N2 by N1 or K equal to V2 by V1 or K equal to I1 by I2. So this is also equal to I1 by I2. Currents are inverse ratios to voltages. Currents are inverse ratios. So K equal to V2 by V1, I1 by I2. Okay. So therefore I2 by I1 means 1 by K. So R2 dash equal to R2 by K square. R2 by K square. So that means if you want to transfer secondary resistance to primary circuit, so that is represented with R2 dash. That means the secondary resistance is divided by K square. Then we get primary equivalent of secondary resistance, or secondary resistance referred to primary side. Secondary resistance referred to primary side. Okay. So this R2, see, So this is secondary resistance transferred to primary side by K square. Similarly, secondary reactance is also transferred to primary side by K square. Similarly, secondary impedance also transferred on primary side by K square. Means if you want to transfer resistance, reactance and impedance, the quantity is different with divided by with K square, then we get primary equivalence of the components. If you want to transfer voltage by only K, because K is the voltage ratios V2 by V1. So similarly, so E2 dash equal to E2 by K. Currents are in opposite nature, K into I2. If impedance, resistance, reactance by K square. If voltage by K. If current multiplied by K. If current that is multiplied by K. So transferring the secondary parameters to the primary side. That means all secondary parameters are transferred to primary side. In this manner, we transfer the secondary parameters into primary side. Resistance components, that means resistance, impedance, reactance is divided by K square. Voltage component by K, current component multiplied with K. So these are the primary components. X1, R1. మనం ఏం ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేసాం? R2 dash, X2 dash, impedance, voltage, this voltage also. ఇవన్నీ ప్రైమరీ క్వాంటిటీస్. ఇవన్నీ ప్రైమరీ, ఇక్కడ వరకు ప్రైమరీ కదా, ఇది సెకండరీ. ఆ క్వాంటిటీస్ ఎలా ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేసామో చూసారు కదా. సో అట్లా ఇంపిడెన్స్ కూడా ZL బై K స్క్వేర్. లోడ్ ఇంపిడెన్స్ తీసుకున్నాం అనుకోండి, ZL ఇంపిడెన్స్ ZL బై K స్క్వేర్. రెసిస్టెన్స్ కానీ అంటే ఓమ్తో, ఓమ్ అంటే యూనిట్స్, రెసిస్టెన్స్ కానీ రియాక్టెన్స్ కానీ ఇంపిడెన్స్ కానీ సెకండరీ నుంచి ప్రైమరీకి ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేస్తున్నాం అంటే బై K స్క్వేర్. వోల్టేజ్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేస్తున్నాం అంటే బై K. కరెంట్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేస్తున్నాం అంటే ఇంటూ K. ఓకే. సి ఈక్వివలెంట్ సర్క్యూట్ రిఫర్ టు సెకండరీ సైడ్. ఈక్వివలెంట్ సర్క్యూట్ రిఫర్ టు సెకండరీ సైడ్ అంటే ప్రైమరీ క్వాంటిటీస్ని సెకండరీ సైడ్కి ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేస్తాం. ఇక్కడ ఏం కాల్ చేస్తాం, ఇందాకేమో లాస్ట్ కేసులో బై K స్క్వేర్ చేస్తాం కదా, సెకండరీ రెసిస్టెన్స్ బై ప్రైమరీ సైడ్ రావాలంటే ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తాం, ఇంటూ K స్క్వేర్. ఇంటూ K స్క్వేర్, here also ఇంటూ K స్క్వేర్. ఇంపిడెన్స్ పారామీటర్స్ కానీ రెసిస్టెన్స్ కానీ రియాక్టెన్స్ కానీ ఆల్ ఆర్ ఇంటూ K స్క్వేర్. వోల్టేజ్ అయితే ఇంటూ K, కరెంట్ అయితే బై K. సేమ్ ఏదైనా సరే ఇప్పుడు ఈ రెసిస్టెన్స్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేయాలనుకోండి బై ఇంటూ K స్క్వేర్, ఈ రియాక్టెన్స్ కూడా ఇంటూ K స్క్వేర్, కరెంట్ అయితే బై K, వోల్టేజ్ అయితే ఇంటూ K. ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ ఆపోజిట్లో ఉంటుంది దానికి. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద ఈక్వివలెంట్ సర్క్యూట్ రిఫర్ టు ప్రైమరీ సైడ్. ఓకే. ఏం చేసామంటే రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ద సెకండరీ సైడ్ ప్రైమరీ సైడ్ కలిపామనుకోండి R1 ప్లస్ R2 డాష్. దాన్ని ఏమంటామంటే R1 ప్లస్ R2 డాష్ని R1 ప్లస్ R2 డాష్ అంటే ఇది చూడండి. R1 అంటే మామూలుగా ఉంటుంది, R2 డాష్ అంటే R2 బై K స్క్వేర్ అంటే సెకండరీ రెసిస్టెన్స్ ప్రైమరీ సైడ్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేసాం కదా. అట్లాగే రియాక్టెన్స్ X1 ప్లస్ X2 డాష్, X2 by K square. Impedance, total impedance R01 plus X01. R అంటే total resistance. R01 means total resistance of the transformer refer to primary. Reactance, total reactance of the transformer refer to primary. Okay. Refer to primary. Refer to second అంటే R02, X02, Z02 అట్లా అంటాం అన్నమాట. ఓకే. అప్రాక్సిమేట్ ఈక్వివలెంట్ సర్క్యూట్ అంటే షంట్ బ్రాంచ్ నెగ్లెక్ట్ చేస్తాం, దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ అప్రాక్సిమేట్ ఈక్వివలెంట్ సర్క్యూట్. చూస్తున్నారు కదా, సిఎల్ అప్రాక్సిమేట్ ఈక్వివలెంట్ సర్క్యూట్ అంటే జస్ట్ సింపుల్గా దీనికి డిఫరెన్స్ ఉంది. ఈ షంట్ బ్రాంచ్ ఉంది కదా, ఈ షంట్ బ్రాంచ్ ఈజ్ నెగ్లెక్టెడ్, దెన్ ద ఈక్వివలెంట్ సర్క్యూట్ ఈజ్ కాల్డ్ అప్రాక్సిమేట్ ఈక్వివలెంట్ సర్క్యూట్. If you have any doubts, any doubts?